you doing, everybody? Nick DiVirgilio here, surrounded by a bunch of Wuhan cymbals. I'm very excited here. I'm a big fan of the Wuhan China cymbal. You know, growing up as a kid, I'll give you a little back history here. When I was a kid, growing up, a couple of my favorite drummers in the world were Phil Collins and Bill Bruford. And they both had China sounds that they had on their drum kits back then that I needed to have that sound as a kid. And it took me such a long time to search and play a million different cymbals to get there. And these Wuhan Chinas really kind of emulate that sound that was in my head back then. Phil was the guy that had the big, washy, giant China sound that he would play when he would do these kind of crazy riding patterns. And Bruford had the China sound that was tight and trashy and quick. And you kind of get all of those sounds in these Wuhan Chinas. Now, the other cymbals here, too, I have to mention, they're also from Wuhan. And I have to say, I am a newbie to other cymbals that Wuhan makes, and I'm very pleasantly surprised. These cymbals sound great. I have a 20-inch medium-heavy ride here. I have a 16-inch medium-thin crash, and a set of 14-inch hats. Now, all of the Wuhan cymbals are made out of B20 alloy. B20 means it's 80% copper and 20% tin. Put that together, and that makes the alloy that every high-end cymbal company, their high-end cymbals are made with B20 alloy. Now, the thing from Wuhan is that the price of Wuhan cymbals is very affordable. In fact, you'd be very surprised how affordable these cymbals are, and they have just a really cool, unique sound. Let's get into these right now. For the Chinas, I have 4 different sizes here: 12, 14, 16, and 18. Obviously, the sound gets bigger and washier and louder as you get bigger, but all of them are dark, warm, and have that just unique, trashy sound. Let's start with the 12-inch. Quick, decay, kind of warm sound. It's definitely trashy. Do stuff like this with it. It's very fun. It's a great China to ride with. You can really hear the tip of the stick hit, and all of the notes are very clear. Now, the 12-inch is there. The 14 is just a little bit bigger, a little bit darker sounding, but you still get a nice, distinct tip sound with it. Very cool, very clear. The clarity's there. It's loud and washy, so you get those really cool, distinct sounds. As you get bigger here, you can start really bashing and getting into it. The 16 is nice and big and washy, and the 18 is even bigger. What I really like about having the 18 over here is you can do beats like this. If you're a progressive rock music fan, these cymbals will totally fit any style of progressive rock, for sure. Now, like I said, I'm new to the crashes and rides and hats from Wuhan, and they have a nice sound, great wash. Here's the crash cymbal. Definitely a pleasant tone. It's kind of high-pitched, but sort of right in the middle. You know, it's not too bright, not too dark. It's got a nice, washy sound to it. Very nice. Now, the ride cymbal is bright, but not harsh. You definitely get a nice, distinct stick sound with it. The bell is very pleasant sounding as well. Definitely a cool sounding ride cymbal. And the hats, equally pleasant sounding as well. Good chick sound on the foot, and it's got a nice big, brashy, open hat sound too, so it'd be perfect for rock music. All in all, these cymbals are a lot of fun to play. These cymbals are definitely very inspiring to play. I could sit here all day long with these cymbals and have a great time. I'm sure you could too. So if you want any more information about these Wuhan China cymbals, also the Wuhan crash, ride, or hats, just contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. Thanks a lot for watching.